Hello and welcome to the show. This is For Heathen's Sake, fighting the Viking army in Wessex, AD 870 to AD 871. There are 6 battles named in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle over this short period of time. This is the Battle of Ashdown. As Asa wrote, the Christians assembled their forces and again encountered the pagan army at Ashdown. The pagans divided into 2 bodies and gave part of the army to the 2 kings and the other part to their earls. The Christians divided their army also into 2 troops. Alfred marched up promptly with his men to give battle. King AEthelred remained a long time in his tent in prayer. And when both armies had fought long and bravely, at last the pagans, having lost great part of their army, took to a disgraceful flight. The Christians slayed all they could reach until it became dark. There fell in that battle King Baccus and a number of jarls. Both AEthelred and Alfred have been patched up from their wounds at the Battle of Reading, so they're good to go. With respect to the Vikings, though, with Halfdan killed, King Baccus becomes the overall commander, with Jarl Harold stepping up as his second in command. AEthelred has managed to gather together 4 units of Huskars, 4 units of Thanes, 6 of Select Feared, and 12 of the General Feared, along with 4 archers. The General Feared weren't overly useful in the Battle of Reading, so it will be interesting to see how they go here. The Viking horde will consist of 2 units of Berserkers, and they did pretty well at Reading, punching a hole through the shield wall. Just 2 units of Huskars, 5 of veteran herdmen, 8 of herdmen, 9 Bondi, and 2 archers. From the campaign perspective, the points are as discussed before. It is the 8th of January, AD 871. This battle is taking place on the Berkshire Downs. The Anglo-Saxons will be occupying the high ground on the left-hand side of the map as we look, and the Vikings entering from the right. King AEthelred will be seeking divine advice and guidance, and, as per history, will be late to the party. Let battle commence. We've got the Jarls division, front left for the Vikings, and Baccus and his division on the right, and looking up the slope to Alfred's division on the Saxon right as we look. At the back of the hill, out of view, is the Anglo-Saxon camp, and here he is, old Ethelred, having a bit of a prayer before we begin, and his division is waiting for him to finish that. So Baccus' division here started to wheel around to the left to hit Alfred in the flank, because he doesn't know, even though I do, that Ethelred is just behind the hill. So I'm going to play that like so. Right, missiles first. These chaps will be firing at the third. No. And these chaps will be firing at the bows. Yes. So 1 marker there, but I don't think it make any difference at this stage. Vikings are going to be piling up the hill. Jarl Harold in the middle here with his veteran herd. Berserkers keen to get in and smash the Anglo-Saxons. Baccus' line start to wheel around to the left. Right, the Anglo-Saxon bows, they'll be firing at these Bondi. Yes. And the others will as well. No. Got to do the rally. They did rally off. They will fire at these bows. No. And these will fire at these bows. No. Right, the Saxon bows will just shuffle over to the side so they can maintain their withering fire against the Viking line. And meanwhile, Alfred will advance. These bows are just turned to their left so they can face and trying to do some bit of damage on the other division as they come up. Meanwhile, old AEthelred is still praying. Come on, fella. Right, Viking rally, they need 5, so they haven't got that, so they can't advance. Right, bows from the Vikings, these guys against the 3rd, yes. And these against the other bows, yes also. So that's 2 points already this round. The rest of them are in. Alright, the first major clash. The Vikings storming up the hill, hitting the Saxon shield wall here. There's Alfred on the left. There's Earl Harold on the right. That's a big old line. It's going to be brutal. Right, the Vikings are going to start on the right because these are already demoralised. So these are the general feared. They're 2, -1 because of that, +1 because of support. So back on 2, and these guys are on 3. And that is going to be 9-7 to the Saxons. It's going to be 2-3-4, 4-4. Push. And here we have the select feared and herdmen, so they're both on 3, so they're both on 5 because they have support. Right, so that's 10, 13 to the Saxons, so it's another DMZ for the Vikings. Right, we're up to 4 points, 2 each at the moment for the morale clock. Right, we're now on to the Thanes for the Saxons. They're on 4, 5, 6, and herd will be on 5. Now I'm not giving the Saxons a slope advantage at the moment because Alfred has advanced down the hill and just in the foothills of the slope now. So 6-5 becomes 14-10, another DMZ for the Vikings. This isn't going well. Right, Huskarls 4, 5, 6 against veteran herd 4, 5, 6, so 6 all. And that's a push. Again 6 all. 13-7. Neither leader was getting in there. Too early for that. Again 6 all. Another push. And the final 3 combats here. This is 5 all. So it's going to be 13-6. That is a kill. That's 2-3, 2-4. So it's 4-2 to the Vikings. 10-5. Another kill. Oh, it's bad news on the Saxon right. And finally, it's 3 against 2, which is 11-9, demoralised. So at the end of that, that is going to be a drop of morale for the Saxons.
they're down to 8. That's because they took those kills there. Right, Saxon rally. Bows, yes. The feared here, yes. And the feared over here. Cocky, roll that one again. No, they needed 5. All right, bows. These are you firing at them. No, and these at them. Yes. And over here, these bows at the berserkers. No, and these bows at the same berserkers. No. Right, movement. And the bows, we're going to fall back. These chaps will come here. These will come here. And these will come here. And the bows again will just fall back. So we're going to start on the right as we look. It's going to be 4-2 to the Saxons, which is 12-9. So that is another demoralised. And they get pushed back. So the next one is 4-3 to the Saxons, which is going to be 5-6. So they are demoralised. Here we've got the herd who are on 2-3-4 against Saxon 5. So that's another demoralised there and a pushback. 2-3 against Saxon 6. 10-5 to kill. Saxons are going great guns at the moment. Right, so these guys are on 4-5-6 against 5. That is a push. 6 against 5. 7. So that's demoralised here. 5 this side. 6 this side. 6 for the Vikings. So that's another demoralised for the Saxons. And working our way down here, so we have the feared, which is 3 against 5. And that's a kill. Obviously that's an unlucky spot to be. Pile some more corpses up there. These guys are on 2 and these guys are on 3. 7-9, so that's another. They've gone back. That's the end of fighting for that round, and unfortunately for the Vikings, they lose out, so they will drop down to 8 on the morale clock. Right, so rally time. No. No. No, well that's not good for them. Yes. And no. So that's not particularly good for the Vikings. Right, these two groups of bows will fire at the feared on the right. No and no. Well, they're useless. I mean, they're useless in the last game. They're useless now. So from a movement perspective, I am going to get a wrap around here. Push forward here. These guys will join up here. These two can't move. These will rejoin. Berserkers move up there, and the big shield wall of Baccus trundles forward. Right, the Vikings are going to start over here. These guys are going to be 2-3 against 0. So that's 6-2 to kill. So here it's going to be 5-3 to the Vikings, which is 10-5. Well, they would have been killed anyway, so they are gone. Next along, these are on 4, and these will be on 5. So that's 10-12, so that is demoralised for the Vikings. They're pushed back. And here it's 6 for the Saxons and 4 for the Vikings. So 7 all, that's a push. 4 for the Vikings and 5 for the Saxons. That's 12-7, demoralised. And 3 against 3. There's 9-7, that's another double DMZ, they're back. And that finishes the fighting for the round. And the Saxons drop another 0.27 on the morale clock. Right, Saxon rally. Normally they would need 4, they're now 5, and they get it. These general feared here is 4, they need 5, no. And the general feared here need 6, and they got a 7. Well done them. Both these bows be having a go at the berserkers. Yes. And yes. So I'm assuming for all their shield biting and foot stamping and frothing, etc., they can't advance. Right, these two bows will be firing at the Bondi here. No. And yes. So they're pushed back. Right, in the previous game I did forget about deploying Baccus because it had too much of the old rouge, and I think I may have done already tonight, because when I advanced these Bondi, I thought they were Bondi as well. They should have actually attacked them and had a combat, but buggered that up. I'll do that one in a minute. For the rest of the Saxon movement, I'll get these guys back in line. And apparently old Ethelred has finished doing his little prayers, and the left wing of the Saxons are in. Look out, Baccus. Right, we'll do this one independently. Like I say, I should have done this one previously anyway, buggered it up. So it's 2 all. 10-5, so the Saxons are killed. I think we're, well, the rest of the fight is here, so these guys are on 6 and these guys are on 4. 9-5, oh, that's so close. 4 here against 4. 4-4. 8-11, so that's another DMZ for the Vikings. Morale clock is 2 each at the moment. This is the decider, so it's 2-4 against 3. 10-6. DMZ for the Vikings. And that is a morale clock drop for them. They're on 7, so both sides are now on 7. Right, Viking rally. So these guys will need 6. No. These guys 5. No. 6. No. 5. Yes. 5. No. 5. Yes. And 6. No. And these berserkers, or cocky, they have. Well, that's good news for the Vikings. Right, the Viking bows will both have a pop at the feared there. No effect and no effect. Like I said, they are useless. Right, movement. These guys can't do anything. There's actually 5 units of Vikings here. Well, they're going to go, well, they can't. So they're going to go here, and they will turn their face. So that's 1, 2, they'll get flanked. 3, because I want them to move together. 4, I've got to line them up there. 5. So Baccus looking at the collapsing shield ball of Alfred, but over to his right. Oh my lordy, what's happening here? Right, you need to sort this out, mate, otherwise you're going to get overwhelmed. Ethelred is on the rampage. So I think what's going to happen here, they're going to come around like So that's on 6. Yeah, what are we going to do now? 7. And that's it. I can't move anymore. Baccus will go out with them. 7 is the limit. I think the critical thing for the Saxons is, can they hold on their right before Ethelred gets in? Well, let's see. So we've got Thanes on 4, down to 3, and attacked by 4. So 3, 4. So it's 8, 10. They're demoralised. Poor start for the Saxons. Next engagement here is 4 against 5. So that's another demoralisation for the Vikings. In retrospect, I probably should have given a little bit of a uphill advantage to the Saxons, but I didn't. The ground looks a little bit more severe than it potentially is. Right, 3 down to 2, up to 3 because of support against 4. 7, 11, so they are pushed back. And here we've got 2 against 4. 8, 7. So remarkably, the Vikings have won that one. They're 2 each on the morale clock for this round. Now, right, here we go. Berserkers against General Feared. This has got to go one way, surely. Right, Berserkers are on 5. The General Feared are on 3. So that is 11-9. So they only just get 1 demoralised. But actually, that is enough to win the round for the morale clock. And the Saxons drop to 6. Okay, Saxon rally. These guys are on 3. Yes. These guys are on 5. Yes. These guys are on 5. In fact, most of them are on 5. They're on 5. Yes. And at the far end, no. So we're on missiles. These are definitely the Vikings now. They will fire at them and they get a hit. That's 1 DMZ. And the others will fire and no effect. And over here, both of them are going to fire at these Berserkers. They don't like the look of them. And they get 1 DMZ. That'll stop them in their tracks for the moment. Okay. Old Ethelred's gang are in. Come on, boys. Let's go and save the day. I think I'm just going to pull these guys back. I don't want those Berserkers killing them off. And over here, there's not a great deal I can do, actually. They will advance against them. They will wrap around. Alfred will get in. And these will wrap around. And these will advance. We'll take advantage of these double DMZs, I think. Right, Berserkers have lost their first charge. So they're on 3. These are on 1. 3-1 still. 11-4. They are killed. And the Berserkers will turn and face them. So next combat here is 2 against 0. So they get demoralised. It's already bad news for the Saxons. And here it is 1 against 2. 7-3. Remarkably, these Bondi are killed. Morale clock's on 5. We have 3 against 1. So that is 5-4. So they are killed. And here it's 4, 3, 2 because of being flanked against 4. 4-2. Oh, 5-9. Disastrous for the Saxons. And the final battle here, Alfred, I did say was going to get involved. So it's 4 down to 3, but +1 because of Alfred. So they're on 4, and they're 4. So it's 4-4. Oh, and it's a push. No effect. Wow, look at that. But at the end of that round, the Viking morale drops to 6. So they're both on 6 at the moment. This is ding dong. Right, we're doing morale checks here. No, no, oh, useless. And here, yes. Here we need not one of those. That's no good. And here, not one of those either. And these guys will need, well, an 8's an automatic. Well done them. And the berserkers, come on boys. Oh, useless. They're obviously not that berserk. Right, movement. Well, there we go. They'll get them in line. So we're on 1. Oh, I didn't fire the bows because I haven't got anything to shoot at the moment. So I need to get moving over here. 2, 3. These guys moving up. For 4, probably pivot slightly to the right. I can't do a great deal else. I think I'm just going to advance this lot over here. Let's not to get around the back of Alfred's division. That may cause some real problems in a moment. Okay, we'll start with the berserkers against the feared here. They're on 4, they're on 2. 10, 3. Ooh, unsurprisingly, they are mullered. And what happens here? Right, they've got to pass a rally test, which they don't. So they go up a full move and suffer a DMZ, I think. So, yeah, I'm going to say they crash into the side of them. I suppose full move would have gone slightly left, but there we go. That's what I decided. And we'll do this fight next. So it's the General Feared. They're on 1. Now their flanks are on 0 against 2. So that is a kill. Unsurprisingly, Alfred's line is collapsing. Can the Thanes and the Huskarls save the day? Over here we have Huskarls here, so they're on 3, and these guys will be on 2. 5, 9. Oh, dear, oh dear. And here we have 4. Flanked is 3, but Alfred's getting involved, so back to 4 against 4. So that's 10, 9, so they lose again, and it is not good news for the Saxons. They will drop to 5. And I'm afraid with the rally clock at 5, the General Feared will have to do a one-time morale check or rally check to see if they drop. So these guys first, they're okay. Over on AEthelred, they haven't even got involved, but they can obviously see what's happening. These, yes. Next, no. Behind, no. So they're getting a bit wobbly. These guys are okay. Right, one thing I did forget to do was turn these chaps, Vikings, veteran herd, against the Thanes here after their victory. So that's done. All right, Saxon rally. Yes. These guys need 5, and they've got it. Here, yes, 6 is a rally. And see if the General Feared can rally here. No. And yes. Okay, the bows are going to try and get these berserkers. No. Yes, so they're double demoralised. And over on this flank, these guys will go against here. 5 is not, but a 6 is, and they're gone. So that's 3 points so far for the Anglo-Saxons. Right, movement. Right, these will come straight back in, and again, they need to turn and face the higher grade, combat factor grade base, which is them. Well, I'm not quite sure what I can do here. I think I'm just going to pull them back actually and just pivot slightly. I don't want them charging in to the berserkers. I'll let them charge into me. Ethelred hasn't quite got the movement to get in for a charge, but they'll advance as far as they can. I think I can just do one more move and that's it. Okie dokie, so Thanes are on 4, 3, 4 with Alfred against 4. TMZ for the Saxons. And here it's 4 down to 3 down to 2 against 4. So that's 4, 7. That's another demoralisation and it's a kill. Veteran herd hacked to pieces there. And that is all the combat, but that's enough to take the Vikings down to 5 on the morale clock. So it was a good round for the Saxons. Right, rally. Yes. These chaps will need 6. They don't get it. Berserkers will need 4. They do get it. That's not good news for the Saxons. And these Berserkers will need 5 and they don't get it, so they're out of action for the moment. And unfortunately for the Vikings, these guys can't do anything. Right, so we've only got 5 movement, so these are going to have to get in for 1. Baccus will go with his Huskars, so that's 1. These Berserkers have to charge in, so they will charge in there. Bondi will support them there. They will continue around the back. One more move and these Bondi are going to try and chase off the bows on the flank. Right, so it's 4 against 3. And Alfred is in. Well, that's not good for the Vikings. On DMZ for them. Old Alfred's holding on. Right, Berserkers have 4, 5 with their support, and these guys have 3. 5, 3. 7, 10. Oh dear. And here it's 4, 3. 9. That's a kill. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of death and destruction around this lone tree. And now potentially to the main event. I think I will start here because that's the Vikings' better troops. It's 5, 6 against 5. 10, 6 demoralised. 6, I think Baccus will get in, so it's 7 against 6. 13, 10 demoralised. 6, 6. 13, 11 another demoralised. Racking up for the Saxons here. We're on 7 points so far on the morale clock, 4 to the Vikings and 3 to the Saxons in their favour. Right, here it's 6 against 5, and Ethelred will get involved, so it's 7 against 5. So that's 10, 8 demoralised for the Vikings. 6, 5. 7, 13. Ooh, they take a hit. Nearly destroyed. And on we go. These guys are on 4, these guys are on 5. So that's another demoralised for the Vikings. Ooh. And 3, 4. 9, and another one. Right, late surge in the demoralisation for the Vikings here means that they will drop to morale of 4 I think the real problem for them was those Bondi getting hacked to bits by the lone tree. Right, as a result of the morale clock drop to 4, I've got to do 6 hits on the Vikings, so I am simply going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take off the bows. They weren't much cop anyway. And it is now the Saxon go. Right, rally. Yes. Here, these guys will need 4 and they get a 5, so that's no problem. No. Yes. No. No, because they're Thanes. And these guys, yes. And over here, it's the Thanes with Alfred. No, they haven't. Well, that's not good news. Right, let's do some bows. No, and no. So they're wasted time. There we go. And if I have to take a morale check for the Saxons. Right, bit of movement here. These Huskars will get in here and the Thanes will join them on the side. That's 2. They'll wrap around. 3, 4. And 5. As ever, I forgot the bows here. So they'll be firing at the Berserkers. No. No. Right, desperate last stand by Alfred here. So, attacking is 3 and defending is 3. 4, 7, 4. Ooh, look at that. They've been pushed back. And they turn and face. Next combat here, old Jarl Harold's in a right state here. He's got a double DMZ gang. So they are normally on 4. They're on 2, so he's going to have to get involved. Back up to 3. These are on 4. And in fact, they're down to 2 actually, 4-2. 10, 6. Vikings were lucky there. Right, so the Berserkers will be on 2. They lose 1 for that and 1 for being flanked. And these chaps are on 2, so it's 2 all. And that is a push. Okie dokie, starting here. This is 5 against 2. So that's 6, 4. 5 against 2. 13, 8. 6, 4. 11, 6. Ooh. Look at this. Points scored 5. 4 in the favour of the Saxons at the moment. Right, 6, 4. It's going to be 7, 4. Ethelred can get involved. 12, 10. They're back as well. Extraordinary. And here we have 5, 5. 6, 8. Right. Doesn't all go the Saxon way. These guys will get pushed back. So they're on 4, 6. Baccus will get in. 4, 7. 11, 8. Ooh. And finally 5, 5, 5, 5. 13, 6. They're killed. And after that hit on the Vikings, old Baccus division's doing rubbish. Especially right at the end, they got the kill. The Vikings again lose that round on the morale clock, and they drop to 3. So 5 DMZs are going to be scored. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll sort of push them back a bit. I was getting desperate actually, trying to choose which ones to do. Right, there we go. This is where they really need a bit of help. Right, the Berserkers here. Oh. No, definitely not with the 1. Baccus gang, yes. And these 4 groups here, they're all going to be on 6. No, 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 no. That is a disaster. Well, movement for the Vikings are going to be very limited because of all those DMZs there. And they've only got 3 anyway. They will get back in, which means they have to turn and face them. And back to the status quo there. So that's 1. This group is going to try and hurry up as quick as it can to try and help Baccus. They're doing nothing back there. And all I can do here is just continue to sweep these around, and hopefully they'll get into action at some stage. Because again, they're doing nothing over here. Right, combat. Alfred. They're on 4, 2, back to 3 with Alfred. And these guys are on 4. 4-3 to the Vikings. So that is 12-5. It's a kill. The Thanes finally go down. What happens to Alfred? 6. He escapes and can attach to any friendly unit within 6 inches. And well, I think he's going to have to go over here, isn't he? Yep. Right, so these chaps are on 4, less 1, plus 1. So they're on 4. These guys are 4, less 1, plus 1. So they're both on 4. 6-5. Let's put some corpses down for the Thanes that took a dive there. Alright, rounding on the Berserkers. They're only on 3 now because this morale clock drop. So 3 less 1 is 2, and these guys 2. 6-4. Another hit on the Vikings. Right, so 1 fight left for this turn, and it's a critical one because both sides are on 2 points for this turn. So it's 4, 5, 6. Baccus getting involved for the Vikings against 4. 9, 12. Oh, you can't do it. Vikings drop to 2. Right, so Vikings got to take another 5. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Again, they're all off on the flanks, so I'm not doing too much over here. Right, Saxon turn. So rallying here, no. Well, that's a real shame. Even with +1 from Alfred. And over on Aethelred's side, these chaps will be on 5. No, and these chaps will be on 4, and they get that. That's useful. Right, both of these will be firing at the Berserkers. No. No, and they're pretty rubbish as well. And over here, now they're demoralised. They should have moved back, I think. No. Yes, so they're gone. Right, 5 moves for the Saxons, so they're going to get in. 1, I think they'll advance here. I'll take a risk and push them forward as well with Aethelred. So that's 2, 3. Those will come round here the next turn. And I think that's probably all I can do. Okay, back to Alfred. It's 4-3, and both the leaders are involved. 11-6. Oh, well, that's it. They're killed. Gone. What's happened to Jarl Harold? 2. He's killed. Gone. Morale clock goes down to 1. Well, this might be the end of the game. Berserkers are on 1. The leaders for the DMZ and being flanked. These guys are on 2. So it's 9-5. Remarkably. 1 for them. And the Battle Royale over this side. Aethelred's going to push it with his Huskars. They're on 4, plus him 5 against 1. 13-7. That's enough for a destroy. Running out my casualty markers again. So these chaps are on 4, 6 with the support. The herd are on 3, less 2 is 1, plus 1, 2. 6-2. 8-7. Well, that's enough. They're gone. These chaps are on 3, 4, 5 against 1. 5-1. 13-6. They're destroyed. Well, that's absolute carnage. Here we have 5 against 0. 7, 4. They're gone. And over here I will start on this end, I think. So these chaps will be on 5 against 5 if Baccus gets involved. I think he has to. 5, 5. And it is 11, 9. And the final fight of the round is 4, 5 against 5, 5, 5. And that's a push. So that is it. The Vikings have had it. They've got cut to pieces on the right hand side. Baccus still alive, but Jarl Harold is dead. And the Saxons have won the day. Alfred did a sterling job on the Saxon right, keeping the Viking hordes at bay. Some of them milling around at the back, not doing a great deal. But what a fantastic victory for the Saxons. Just like history.
Well, here's the scores on the doors for the battle. The Vikings lost 13 bases and 4 routing from the field, and the Anglo-Saxons only lost 9 with 1 routing from the field, so far better effort from them. Anglo-Saxons pick up 4 points for that, 3 for the battle won and 1 for killing the second in command, Jarl Harold. From the campaign perspective, the Anglo-Saxons have taken a 12-3 lead, and that'll take some going to pull that back for the Vikings. So we're off to Basing next on the 22nd of January AD 871. Hope to see you there.